Здравейте, здравейте, момци, аз съм Джеймер, а това би трябвало да е епизод 30 от поредицата ми на наречен Inquisition. Продължаваме от там, откъдето бяхме стигнали. Дойдохме тук. Да видим, примерно... си сменим... Не, няма да си сменим тия банери. Можем ли леглото да си сменим? То си е това, което си е. Имаше нещо, май пробяха прозорците. Да. Помня си, че имаше нещо, където не може да бъде сменено и нямаме много бройки. Това са джамовете, добре. Трона, дайте го сложим на него. Обаче преди да ги съдиме градините, ще трябва да си знаем, че трябва да го послагаме да е инквизиторския. Че се чупи. Чупат се кът сцените. Искам нещо да бъде изкрафтено.
The first ask is always fire. It's fire, isn't it? Here's how it goes. Bring me the rare stuff for enchanting or masterworks and prep it here, just like normal. Except it's not normal. It's manipulation of primal forces. And I'll make sure it goes just right. You'll see. Let's see together.
Добре. Едно от нещата, които мене така ме озадачиха, бяха нещата свързани с Master Way, ама той спомних ми си задачата с него. Където каза, че ще да обучи нашите хора да правят неща от драконови кукуляции. И това с кого ми помага, в смисъл. Къде е различното от досега? Какво е по-различно? Може би трябва да е приброни така да видим. Не схващам, както и да е. Може би още не сме свършили задачата с него. Така, ние обикаляхме търсене на книжки из замъка. Аз ви казах, че в нашата спалня има такива книжки някъде. Ето едното место. Тук винаги съм искал да слезна, за жалост не може. Това мисля, че на терасата тук трябва да има. Добре, може би тогава на терасата от другата страна. Ето. Тук може да има. Даже тук най-вероятно има. Тук няма. Аз съм разочарован, че тук няма. Тук изглежда сякаш има такава книга. Това бяха две книжки. Взехме ги. Тук мисля, че проверихме пред Джозефин. Тук долу имам спомен, че минахме. Къде е подземието? Да, не, тук не сме били. Аха. Тук не сме били. Но тук има няколко места, където можем да проверим за книга. Примерно ето тук. Видях, че тук нещо ми светна. Това е по-скоро е цвета, но ние сме длъжни да дойдем да видим. Цветни дръжки. Това е стрела. Това стрела не бяхме проверявали какво се случва с нея.
I am at your service. What is your evaluation of our supplies?
We are well supplied, and I foresee only better to come.
As you were.
Of course, Inquisitor.
Разбира се.
Inquisitor.
Не, бе, не.
As you were.
Не ще си говоря от 1 милион години сте. Имаме цветенце, остави си си. Расте. А може би трябва да го засадиме. Ще седиме. Ще ги почнем отгоре надолу. Е това. С надеждата последното да го намериме. И ще седим от всички по един път. Мадър Жизел.
Herald of Andraste.
Как са
Can you
хората?
tell me how our people are doing?
What would you like to know?
Как са хората в Скайхолд?
How are our forces at Skyhold doing?
Still in shock, for the most part, to see Haven destroyed so soon after the conclave. You saved many, but still lives were lost, and traveling through the wilderness did not make treating injuries easier.
Си говорим, цел живот е едно и също. Моля се. Тук беше алтара, нали? Да. Значи да видим, тук въобще може да се влиза, защото имам спомен, че не може. Не. Мисля, че тук беше същата баница, да. Оп, ето една книга. Така, въздушна. Как се очаква да я взема тази въздушна книга? Добре. Зараха нещата. Тук няма нищо. Ама гледката е чук. Много ме кефи. Отидем първо да видим стрелата. Аз мисля, че тази стрела бяхме взели веднъж. Бяхме разгледали. Но за всеки случай. Ако бъга ради тук, не виждам, не мога да скачкам. Оп. Искам пак да се скача горе. Искам пак да се скача по стената да върна. И то как ме среска. Отводи се сезами. То етаж няма нищо. То етаж няма нищо. Аба, книжката. Река трябва да има. Тук предполагам, че също няма нищо. Ние трябва да скачим да проверим, иначе да. Че не е ясно. Добре, тук е мога да слезна. Хубавото поне в Skyhold, че мога да си скачкаме и спокойно се меткаме от високо и нищо да не ни стане. Алистър. Правиш тук, приятели, мат. Сега да видим, какво може да си го кажем с тебе.
Need something else?
Чао.
We'll talk later.
Явно нещо не ни е приятен Алистър, с него не можем да си говорим. Тук има една книга. Тук става голема кочина, не? Някой схвана да си оправи стаята. Малко ще влезем тук. Първо да разгледаме на само какво става. Това мисля, че е накъла над кулата, но да видим. Явно не е. Явно не е. Добре. Защото ние, нали, бяхме стигнали до накъла над кулата. Тук си продължаваме пътчето. Здрасти, Кол. Това става моето
He hates
момче.
it all because of the darkness behind the door. Some doors should stay shut.
Разкажи ми за твоето минало.
I'd like to talk about what happened to you before we met.
Before you, Reese was my friend. He showed me I was wrong to kill the mages. I thought I was helping them. Then he and Evangeline went to Adamant, and I went with them. I was worried Evangeline would hurt Reese. We found out dangerous things. It scared Seeker Lambert, and he scared the mages. It started the rebellion. Seeker Lambert told me what I was. Reese couldn't look at me. I ran until I found more Templars. That's all.
Разкажи ми за Сикър Ламбърт.
You said Seeker Lambert told you what you were.
I'm hiding Reese from him, but he chants words and sees. I won't let you hurt Reese. My nose explodes, a shower of blood. Just another parasite that's wormed its way into our world, feeding off all the things you can't have. What we found at Adamant made him angry. We were the first rock rolling at the top of a mountain. He had to stop us. He killed so many. He didn't care. Cold, corrupt. So I came and killed him.
Що си отишъл до фортреса на Сикърите?
If you hated Seeker Lambert, why go to the Seeker Fortress?
Because he was right. I was a demon. I saw demons at Adamant. They put people in the dark, in the old hurts. I didn't want to be that. I heard the old songs of the Templars at Val Royeaux and followed them. If I forgot, fought, fell to felling, Templars would kill the demon. I wouldn't hurt anyone again.
Отишъл си в Паламант?
What can you tell me about Adamant Fortress?
It is old, full of sadness and pain. It should be torn down. The veil is thin. We found a demon there. It had touched a man and made him real again. It scared Reese and Evangeline. The man wasn't supposed to be real. Then the demon found us. It put me back in the cupboard on the bad day. Reese and Evangeline saved me.
Ти си бил на бунта или бунтовник?
What was the spire like when the Mage Rebellion started?
Dead and dying, begging and bloody. Some wanted freedom, some peace, some war. Some wanted it all to stop. Evangeline was a Templar, but she helped Reese help the others. She set them free. Adrian was a mage, but she killed mages to force the fight. She wanted blood. Reese just wanted to help, to stop people hurting. Maybe that's why he saw me.
Рис е бил твой приятел.
What can you tell me about Reese?
He was a mage. He saw me when most couldn't, and he remembered. He helped me, and I watched over him. I worried Evangeline would hurt him. She was a Templar, but she didn't like hurting people. When I left, she stayed. Now she watches over him. They should have been with the rebels. Maybe they ran away together instead. Neither of them like killing.
Аз мога да ги намеря.
If you like, I could use the resources of the Inquisition to locate your friend.
No. If they are alive and safe, they should stay away. The last time he saw me, he didn't want to look at me. He saw a monster. Let him forget.
Ти си убил магиосници.
What did you mean when you said you killed mages?
Some of the mages at the spire wanted to die. Too sad, too scared, too much. I didn't know what I was. A ghost, I thought. Fading in the fade. When I came to them, they could see me. I used the knife to set them free. When Rhys found out, he made me stop, made me understand. There were other ways to help. I didn't know.
Ти си убиец. Пусна си, направил си грешка.
It sounds like you didn't know what you were doing.
No, I killed people. I knew. I just thought I had to. They were hurting, helpless, haunted. It was all I could do. It was wrong. I was wrong. If I start again, you or Cassandra or Cullen need to kill me.
I'll talk to you later.
How do you know?
Ще говоря с нея по-късно. Така и знаеш.
The funniest thing I've seen in years. That cat dancing around, hopping and pouncing like a fool. Made my day bright, it did. Maker knows what got into the little rat catcher.
I hope I can help somehow. Maybe cleaning?
Здрасти, кой си ти?
I joined. Sutherland, your worship. I saw some bandits, so I came to warn people. I'll let your warriors know and then stay out of the way.
Браво, не те знам кой си, бро. Изглежда, че сякаш трябва да те знам кой си. Може би сме го видяли някъде по пътя и сме му казали да дойде тук. Здрасти, млада госпожице!
Hey you, I have an Inquisitor favor to ask. Just a little thing really. A little march around for some of your people. It's nothing for you, right?
Първо деталите.
I won't agree to anything without details.
Smart of you. I wouldn't dream of wasting your super important time. It's a Red Jenny thing. I got a tip that some noble stiffs are arguing over Vashel. Land squabble. They're getting little people beat up, so I need you to go to your big table and send some people to walk through town.
Just walk through?
Just walk through. Easy, right?
Кой ти каза за това?
Was this a tip from one of your friends?
Not a Jenny, just normal angry people getting sick of being in the middle. I don't usually hear about things this far away, but having a friend like you is like getting really big ears. Bigger ears, I guess. Shut up.
За кого ще работя?
Who is asking for this?
I'm asking because I heard people complaining. See, when nobles fight, it's not them, it's their little people stuck in the middle. It's like a polite war, so no one pays attention. But if you march through, the people up top feel threatened too. Stuff like this is always happening. Good sovereigns to be made if you're one of the few who notice.
Какво има за мен в това?
What does the
Малко тъп въпрос,
Inquisition get out of this?
Nobles think everyone is out to get them. So when your helmets march through, both sides will think the other's your ally. Both get scared, both make deals. Worst case, you get a little bump among the people just because they see you active. Can't promise anything, but something will happen, just like always.
Като имам хора, ще ги накарам да погледнат.
All right, Sarah. I'll have someone look into it.
It's fun, right? Being important without doing a thing. Well, not much of a thing. Not everything has to be torn skies and ancient arseholes. Every little thing makes a difference somewhere.
Така, и права е сега, какво? Обикновено, винаги когато когато влиятелните хора се карат. Това мисля, че е книга. Обикновените хора страдат. О, книжки, книжки! Къде си се скрила ти? Има някаква друга книжка. Добре, май няма. Да видим с това мога нещо си говорим. Как е морала? Някакви слухове.
As you were.
Inquisitor.
Ришок. Здрасти, Крем. Как мога да използвам?
Iron Bull said the chargers were at my disposal. Do you have any suggestions on how to use them?
I suspect Haven's quiet by now. Might be worth sending the boys back. We could recover some supplies, get an idea about the enemy's strength. We could even pick up any stragglers who haven't found Skyhold yet.
Не ме разкажи за чарджерите.
Can we talk about the Bull's chargers?
Certainly. What can I tell you?
Кажи ми за някаква ваша интересна работа.
Have you had any other interesting jobs?
Had one noble whose rival had been told by a fortune teller that her death would come on feathered wings. The noble sent us after the rival. Not assassination, legal and everything, but we had to wear feathers. We sewed them into shirts over our armor. You should have seen the chief, all feathered up like the cock of the walk. Ended up retreating after all that. The rival choked to death a year later on a chicken bone.
We'll talk later.
Това тук нареди от всичките бачета при него, виж. Ти не си огня, бе. Че не мога говорим с него.
Inquisitor, come have a drink. To killing a high dragon like warriors of legend.
Какво е това?
What exactly am I supposed to be drinking?
Maras lok.
What does that mean?
It means drink.
Пия. Аре.
I know, right? Put some chest on your chest. That little gurgle right before it spat fire. And that roar. What I wouldn't give to roar like that. The way the ground shook when it landed. The smell of the fires burning. Tarsidathan Halsam.
Значи нещо, брата, ма ти не беше преди ракова.
Dragons sacred. Well, as much as we hold anything sacred. Here, your turn.
Това беше тази конарска фраза?
That thing you just said. You shouted it during the fight, too. What does it mean?
Oh, Tarsidathan Halsam. Closest translation would be, I will bring myself sexual pleasure later, while thinking about this with great respect.
You shouted that while it was breathing fire at us?
I know, right?
Благодаря. Пие. Това лисиц по между другото не трябва да се доверява прекалено много, но... Да, проблем. Ще го убиме после, ако се налага.
Yes, the second cup's easier. Most of the nerves in your throat are dead after the first one. Atashi, the glorious ones. That's our word for them. Atashi.
Що драконите са свещени?
Why do you think the Qunari think of dragons that way?
Well, you know how we have horns. We kind of look more dragony than most people. Maybe it's that. But a few of the Ben Hasrath have this crazy old theory. See, the Tamasrans control who we mate with. They breed us for jobs like you'd breed dogs or horses. What if they mixed in some dragon a long time ago? Maybe drinking the blood, maybe magic, I don't know. But something in that dragon we killed spoke to me.
Сега се чувствам странно.
When you put it like that, I'm worried I killed one of your gods or something.
Nah, one of Tevinter's gods, maybe. They worship dragons, right? Kill the shit out of them all you like. Dragons are the embodiment of raw power. But it's all uncontrolled. Savage. So, they need to be destroyed. Taming the wild. Order out of chaos. Have another drink.
Се накърка.
Nice. To dragons.
За добрия бой. Ние сме мърсани.
To finding the biggest, baddest things in the world and showing them that we're badder.
Anan.
Така го погледнахме. Ти, ко каза ко? Жив ли си е?
You're doing good work, boss. I like how this Inquisition is coming. Next time you're free, why don't you come grab a drink? I'll introduce you to the Chargers.
Просто искам някакси така се завърта, че да мога да го виждам като говоря. Нещо такова. Investigate. Разкажи ми за Серхон.
Can you tell me more about Saharon?
Сахерон.
It was a damn ugly place. Only getting uglier when I left. Between the Fog Warriors, the Talvashath, my people, and the Vince. You were lucky to go a day without blood. What do you want to know?
Разкажи ми за коя и правила тя? Айде мъгливите, не ми звучи много яко. Мъгливите войни.
What were the Fog Warriors like?
They were the worst of the rebels. They trained for stealth attacks. They made this fog. I never saw any mages, so I figured it was alchemy, not magic. They were almost invisible in it. I'd be on patrol in the market square. The fog would roll in, and before I knew it, half my squad dead without a sound.
Звучиш впечатлен.
It almost sounds like you admire them.
They didn't use poison. They didn't hurt civilians, and they were damn good fighters. You have to respect that. Plus, they hit the Vince as hard as they hit us. Hearing some terrified magister scream, "My slaves! Where are my slaves?" in the fog always put a smile on my face.
Разкажи ми за Тевинтър.
Tell me about the Tevinter people you fought.
The Vince sent forces to Saharan every autumn. Guess they didn't like the summer heat. We had some good fights on the beaches, standing in knee-high water foaming red with blood, ships on fire around us. The cities were worse. Free bit of advice. Don't let the Inquisition forces get suckered into urban combat.
Кой е толкова лошо на Тевинтър?
Why do you hate Tevinter forces so much? What makes them so bad?
It's not their armies. It's their spies. They bloodied Saharan year-round, killing loyalists, supporting rebels. Alam had no city administrator. Nobody would accept the position. The last 4 who held it died inside a year. Trying to conquer a country is one thing. Making it so nobody can live there, that just screws everyone.
Разкажи ми за местите на Серхон.
What are things like for the natives of Saharon?
I remember one guy.
Saharon.
He made these
Saharon.
things, fish wrapped in thin bread. Nice guy. Talk to him every morning. So, one time I'm asking about his bad back, and I see he's nervous, trying to tell me something with his eyes. Next thing I know, his assistants draw knives and come at my team. The rebels had forced him to poison my food.
Какво се случи?
And then?
I'd seen how nervous he was, so I hadn't eaten anything. A couple of my guys weren't so lucky. We killed the rebels. I lost 2 men to the poison, another to knife wounds. My friend who made the fish wraps died with a knife in his throat. Close quarters fight. He was caught in the middle. That is what things are like for the natives of Saharan.
See you later, Bo.
Nice talking with you, boss. Hey, good to... Are you using a new soap or something? Got one of those scented bath things? Because I don't want this to sound weird, but you smell really good. Almost dragony. Alright, that sounded weird.
Вече съм ривър.
I've started training as a reaver. Part of the process involves drinking dragon blood.
Ah, okay. That'll do it. I mean, we all smell a bit better than the elves and the humans, but you're just working it now. I've heard about reavers. Brutally efficient. Get meaner the more they hurt. Warriors after my own heart.
Така. Ти не си ли ривър?
I've noticed that your fighting style has a lot in common with a reaver. Are you...
No. Guess I just stumbled on a similar style. I've always been good at reading people. Part of that is knowing how to make them flinch. They can hit me, they can hurt me, but they can't beat me.
Що харесваш харизмата?
Is there any reason dragon blood smells good to you?
Nothing I know of. Always had a thing for dragons, though. Most Qunari do. Maybe there's something tying us to them, deep in the blood. Or maybe it's just the dragons are really badass.
Значи ти си окей с ривърите.
You don't have any trouble with reavers, then?
Not with their fighting style, anyway. I care more about the why than the what. So, why'd you start drinking the blood?
Те бе така. Исках да съм по-заплашителен.
The things we're fighting these days hit hard. I needed to hit harder.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's why I focus on offense most of the time myself. Every warrior gets hurt. The good warriors fight better that way. We can always patch ourselves up once the other guy's dead, right?
Нека обсъдим нещо друго.
There was actually another matter I wanted to discuss.
What you got?
Нека говорим за конари. Да бъдеш конари.
There are a few here who know what it means to be Qunari.
You're not Qunari. You're Talvashath. World of difference.
Аз съм горд от това.
My parents raised me to be free. I'm grateful to them.
Fine. Their call. You didn't turn into a murdering bandit, so I guess we're fine. You want to know anything about the Qunari? Since we're talking about them.
Какво не е наред на Талвашот?
What's your problem with
Това мисля, че преди сме говорили.
As bin Hasrath, my job back home was keeping the peace, helping people live by the Qun. Talvashath turned their back on all that, decided they'd rather live like savages. The Qun is not perfect, but at least there's some sense to it.
Qun не предлага избор.
Qunari society gives its people no guidelines on how to live without following the Qun. Of course, most of them turn into lawless bandits once they break away from it.
Just because I understand it doesn't make it right. They could have stayed, tried to change the Qunari from within. Instead, they gave up everything they had. Look, if you're worried I'm going to attack you, don't be. I had a lifetime of fighting Talvashath. You're not the kind I hate.
И ако те да са тази под водичество на Кюна.
Do you ever think about what would happen if the Qunari conquered Orlais or Eldon?
Some folks, like Cassandra or Cullen, would do fine if they didn't die
Ние ще сме ги говорили,
fighting.
няма пак ще да ги говоря.
But the mages, Vivienne's too political, Dorian's too arrogant, and Solus is just weird. they'd all end up dead. Or worse. They'd kill Cole, cause, you know, demon. And Sarah would end up with her mind broken, sweeping floors in some shop. So, to answer your question, no, I don't think about it much at all.
Как разстава? Не съм сигурен какво преди тук. Как е да порасваш
raise us in these units of kids all our own age. They're like teachers or chantry sisters. They also help figure out what jobs we should do. They had me pegged for military work early on. When they learned I could hit stuff and lie, they started training me for the Ben Hasra.
Трябва да си бил горд.
That must have been a good day for you.
Yes, it's like being a block of stone with a sculptor working on you. One day, the last of the crap gets knocked off, and you can see your real shape. What you're supposed to be. That's a good day.
Какво е правителството? Или как се управлявате?
It's pretty simple. We've got the matriarchy, the priesthood, and the military. The priesthood figures out how Qunari should live in theory. The matriarchy makes it work in practice. And the military keeps the Qunari safe from outside threats.
Does it actually work like that? Is there much infighting?
Not like you're thinking of. People disagree, yeah, but the priests are there to solve disagreements. Here in Olay, politicking comes from people putting their own gain ahead of the gains of society. If you do that among the Qunari, the Ben Hasrath set you straight, or kill you.
Жените ли са?
I heard there's no marriage among the Qunari.
Yeah, that's true. Qunari love our friends like anyone does, but we don't have sex with them.
Qunari don't have sex?
Oh, we definitely have sex. They're Tamasrans who pop your cork whenever you need it.
Какво? Наистина?
Seriously?
Yes. It's not a big deal like it is here. It's like, I don't know, going to see a healer. Sometimes it's this long, involved thing. It takes all day, leaves you walking funny. Other times you're in and out in 5 minutes. Thank you. See you next week.
Не знам какво да кажа.
That sounds different.
Yep. Still, it's more fun here. Fewer rituals, more making it up as you go along. Plus, you folk have redheads. Redheads.
Как живеете ден за ден?
How is everyday life different for Qunari?
Depends on your job, I guess. Some are just about the same. A baker in Valroyo gets up, gets dressed, and starts work. A baker in Parvolan does the same thing. They don't care about the Empire or the Qun. Mostly they worry about breaking eggs and hope the dough rises right.
Изключение на това, че пекаря не е свободен.
It can't be exactly the same. The Qunari have no personal freedoms.
How many personal freedoms do you figure that baker in Valroyo has? Life isn't about freedom. The baker in Parvolan wonders if she'll be given enough eggs to do her work. Will they come on time? Will the kitchen workers get her bread while it's fresh, or will they come late and blame her because it's stale? Same crap in Valroyo. People are just people.
Какво означава Qunari?
The word Qunari, does it mean what we are, the race, or is it anyone who follows the Qun?
Depends on who you ask. Are you Qunari or Talvashath? The humans and elves who follow the Qun are the Vidathari. The Qunari who break away from the Qun are Talvashath, deserters.
А тези, които са преди
What about
Qun?
Qunari who existed before the Qun?
The people we came from. They're called the Kossith, but we don't use that word for the race. We came south to Thedas because the Kossith were... I don't know. We had to leave. The stories aren't clear. But I don't expect they look much like us. Whatever they are.
See you later, Bo.
Nice talking with you, boss.
Така, тук разговаряха с всички хора, хорица и хорища. Да, май няма да си говорим.
You get a title, I get the boot. I see how it is. I mean, thanks for my life. Pleased to serve.
Чувам леква муха.
Inquisitor.
Така, добре, нещо ново.
What's been going on?
Dorian's awfully pretty, isn't he?
Няма да отговоря на този въпрос.
Stefan finally died. It was a blessing, really. He's been in so much pain since Haven. He was out of his mind at the end. He smiled, said he smelled his mother's turnip stew, and slipped away.
Тук книжка има ли скрита? Оп, да. Какво става, моето момче? Някаква новина, нещо? Добре, запасени ли сме?
How's it going? Do we have what we need?
Our capacity increases, as do our requests to suppliers. I've had to threaten... Nothing? Unfortunate.
Така, книжки колкото си искаме мога да събераме тука. Хората си спът. Остават 10 книги. Добре, 10. Още, че не съм сигурен къде са. Някой говори тук, но не мога да го чуя сега. Нямаше.
You knew where Hawk was all along.
You're damned right I did.
You conniving little shit.
You kidnapped me. You interrogated me. What did you expect?
Да се намесиме или да останем да се оправят? По принцип бих се намесил, затова ще остана да се оправя да видим какво ще стане.
I expected you to tell the truth. I told you what was at stake.
So I just hand him over on your say-so? It's okay, Hawk. This zealot isn't crazy. I promise. Look at her. She's finally lost it.
Това е забавно.
This would be funny if it wasn't also kind of sad.
We needed someone to lead this Inquisition. First, Liliana and I searched for the hero of Ferelden, but he had vanished. Then we looked for Hawk, but he was gone too. We thought it all connected, but no. It was just you. You kept him from us.
The Inquisition has a leader.
Hawk would have been at the Conclave if anyone could have saved Most Holy.
Вината не е на Варик.
Varric's not responsible for what happened at the Conclave.
I was protecting my friend.
Varric is a liar, Inquisitor. A snake. Even after the Conclave, when we needed Hawk most, Varric kept him secret.
He's with us now. We're on the same side.
We all know whose side you're on, Varric. It will never be the Inquisition's.
Това не е честно, Касандра.
That's unworthy of you.
I must not think of what could have been. We have so much at stake. Go, Varric. Just go.
You know what I think? If Hawk had been at the temple, he'd be dead too. You people have done enough to him.
I believed him. He spun his story for me and I swallowed it. If I'd just explained what was at stake, If I just made him understand. But I didn't, did I? I didn't explain why we needed Hawk. I'm such a fool.
Все още харесвам.
Good thing I still like you.
I'm serious.
You think I'm not?
I want you to know, I have no regrets. Maybe if we'd found Hawk or the hero of Ferelden, the Maker wouldn't have needed to send you. But he did. You're not what I'd pictured. But if I've learned anything, it's that I know less than nothing.
Така. Значи, атакуваме на два фронта, кое клъвне първа... Да. Как правя? Сега да търсиме книжка обаче. Защото ни остават 9 книги. Живко здравко, вика. Живко здравко. Добре, 9 книги, ама почва да се изчерпват местата, на които мога да ходим в този замък. Не останаха много места за посещаване. Даже да не кажа, че тук ще се изчерпаха яката. Охранител, виждал ли си книга? Добре, не си вижда книга. Добре, там има книжка. О, не падай. Машина. Аз съм машина. И останаха цели 8 книги, които си нямам идея къде може да са. Може да се появят евентуално по-късно. Може някъде да съм изтървал някоя. Ето тук не сме ходили. Мисля. И палатковия лагер. Но тук като че ли по-скоро няма. Тук не сме били, мисля. Да. Оп, ето още една книжка. Оп, ето тук още една книжка. Май ще фана ги съберем, останаха 6.
That monster. He's a magister. They eat babies and burn everything.
I heard the same about humans.
You did not. We're noble.
My father said you're like weeds that choke out the grain. He's old, though.
Той е стар. Добре. Останах 6 книги и аз нямам никаква идея къде ги търся. И затова си мисля сега да не ги търсиме. Всичките. Те са книжки. Предполагам, че може да има тук една книга. Така че я да дойдем да видим. Мисля като месо, което можем да достигнем. Ако се постараем малко повече. Да. Но книга няма. Друго место, което ми струва като место, което можем да докачим. Тази стена тук я проверихме. Тук това го проверихме. Качвахме се нагоре. Другия вариант е ето тук. Долу. Е така. Ама то няма книга. Добре, това ще е от търсенето от тези книги. Този епизод мисля го става такъв по-кратичък. Само обикалянето из Skyhold, затова мисля тук така да приключиме с него. Само, значи тук тази врата трябва да има едно стълбище нагоре. Ето го стълбище нагоре. И тук отиваме при тази матала. На нейната тераска имаше ли нещо? Не. Тук отиваме при Солас. Тук е по-скоро при Дориан. Тук няма нищо. Тук може да скачим горе при Лилианчето. Където има някакви бележки. Тук можем да излезем навънка. Където няма нищо. Тук си спомням, че обикаляхме, но не успяхме да намерим книга. Ще хвърля още един поглед. Къде може да има книжка? Тук... това беше книга. Май. Но няма втора врата. Добре. Това означава, че аз мога тук. Джаскам да бъда тук. Просто няма книги. Бара го проверихме. Ковачница проверихме. Тук тази част се проверихме. Стената обходихме. Горе-долу. Да, не съм 100% сигурен дали. Затвора го обходихме, нямаше нищо. Тук двора го обходихме. Там маконищата обходихме, където е Блеквол. Тук тази част вътрешния двор го обходихме. Включително и по високите места. Ходихме тази кула, където са Лилиана, Солас и така нататък. Тук тази стая обходихме. Тук по принцип обходихме, доколкото си спомням. Но може пък все пак да сме изтървали нещо. Явно не. Какво става с задачите? О, някакъв амулет хванахме от цялата тази работа. Добре, действай. А това е нова задачка. Той е свободен, така ли я разбирам? И трима са свободни, окей. Значи това така като гледаме нова задачка, така че супер. Изпращаме Лилиана да се справи с... Не, или по-точно одобряваме нейния метод. Гледаме, че е нова задачка.
At your service.
Стига време. Така, червеният темпъл в Storm Coast трябва да това да го отвориме. Ще използваме по тайния начин. Трябва да използваме войската. Ще изпратим Лилиана и нейните хора да намерят вариант, без да алармират темпларите. Ние няма да тръгваме веднага, защото аз сега мисля да сложим края на този епизод и имам малко работа. И предполагам, че като се върна, те ще си изпълнят поне някаква част от задачите, тук на масата. Единственото нещо, което искам да погледна е долу, ето тук в подземията пак да ги обиколиме. Защото може тук да съм изтървал някоя друга книга. Въпреки че съм почти сигурен, че обиколих хубаво. Почти сигурен, не е напълно сигурен. Тук знам, че намерихме една книга. Знам, че влезахме в кухнята, знам, че влезахме в тази складовата част. Но трябва да има още някъде книги. Чудо къде ги търсим. Тук така. И тук излизаме вънка на двора след тази врата. Нямам намерение да го правя. Много погрешна врата. Ами добре, тук ще сложим края на този епизод. Аз може би ще хвърля един поглед къде може да са другите книги да обиколя да разгледам. И така. Сигурно ще разгледам набързо къде са. И в следващия епизод ще продължим с масата и след това ще отидем да вършим някакви задачки, вече малко се подбиеме. Този епизод ще е само така въртене из кипа и говорене с наши приятели, компаньони и тем подобни. Пожелавам ви всичко най-хубаво. Чао, чао и до нови срещи!